Genshin Impact is doomed as voice actor strike now? Well, first of all, we already know that's complete cap, as Genshin Impact is never doomed, could never be doomed. Why? Because Hoyoverse has shown us time and time again that they can get away with almost anything.
Baba Booey.
Well, what could possibly be going on at Hoyoverse today? So there's this labor union called SAG-AFTRA, and basically what these guys do is fight for the rights of workers in specific creative industries. Now especially for industries whose jobs are endangered by AI. And today they are apparently supporting the voice acting community by trying to make sure that they get more secure wages through the fight against AI, which they are afraid will actually replace real voice actors, which is definitely a normal concern to have, especially with how advanced AI voices have become. We're not going to consent to a contract that allows companies to abuse AI to the detriment of our members. Enough is enough. When these companies get serious about offering an agreement our members can live and work. 18 months of negotiations have shown us that our employers are not interested in fair, reasonable AI protections, but rather flagrant exploitation. We refuse this paradigm. We will not leave any of our members behind, nor will we wait for sufficient protection any longer. We look forward to collaborating with teams on our interim and independent contracts, which provide AI transparency, consent, and compensation to all performers, and to continuing to negotiate in good faith with this bargaining group when they are ready to join us in the world we all deserve. So basically they want them to sign an agreement assuring these demands, right? They don't want their voices to be trained on AI and then exploited, at least not for free. If the actual companies mentioned here get to a compromise where they will ensure that they will pay the voice actors accordingly by using their AI voices, then it's probably gonna be fine. Which is to say that all the voice actors working for these companies aren't going to work until the day they agree to not use the voices of these voice actors to train their AI voice language models. Which is actually amazing. I'm genuinely happy for the people that will still have a job because of this issue being resolved sooner rather than later, obviously. Unfortunately, however, this just isn't gonna work with a Chinese company like Hoyoverse as it does with American companies. Now let's just get into why exactly that is. As you can see here, they've been negotiating with quite a few big shot companies here. But the one name that will probably get your attention is Formosa Interactive LLC, because they are the ones that employ the Hoyoverse actors for the English dub in America. However, it turns out this apparently isn't considered the same company that is dubbing Hoyoverse games. You see, someone posted it saying Formosa Interactive is on the strike list, which covers Genshin Impact. However, the voice actor for Anby in Zenless Zone Zero actually said Genshin is cast and recorded at Formosa Ocean Post, not Formosa Interactive. Two different companies, and Formosa Interactive is the one that's being struck. Genshin is still a non-union production that non-union actors can continue working on, but union actors will halt non-union work. However, this was also corrected right after, saying, I was just reminded that they are in the same building, so physically entering would be considered crossing a picket line. I'm referring to the businesses as legally registered entities and signatories, which is to say that technically they are still not struck, since Genshin is non-union and HSR and Zenless Zone Zero are also non-union too. It's mainly going to affect those who will need to record on-site, those in the union, since they can't work non-union right now. With that in mind, Hoyoverse games apparently aren't included in the voice actor strike. And apparently there's also some misinformation going around where Genshin Impact is also part of the strike and Honkai Star Rail as well. And this is literally from their own website. However, after typing the keyword Genshin Impact, now it shows that there are no results. So it really doesn't seem like this site is working the way it's intended to. Or maybe it just got fixed, we don't know. Now, the voice actor agency by the name of Formosa is already known as one of the worst agencies, because if you guys remember, the English voice actor of Paimon and Kazuha's friends, complete opposites in terms of relevancy, had not gotten paid for a literal 7 months until Hoyoverse responded to the situation, forcing them to actually pay up. However, saying Genshin Impact is doomed is the most copium take I have ever seen in my life. Let's just get into why that is right now. Starting off with the fact that Hoyoverse had posted a job offer on LinkedIn, hinting at the fact that voice actors will be replaced with AI voices upon attaining generative AI models to be able to replace said voice actors, of course. Which is to say that as much as people want to cope in the comment section saying it's unlikely, they'd never do anything like this. Oh my god, how could you say that about my favorite multi-billion-dollar company, right? When in reality, they just don't care. They have literally hit rock bottom when it comes to handling complaints in China. They don't care about anyone but themselves. They don't care about America. They don't care about Europe. They don't care about China even. They only care about the CCP. And the Three Wishes drama is proof of that. And the sad reality of the matter is, they probably will get replaced. China doesn't play. They will keep going even when someone dies. Look at the idol industry in South Korea. They don't rest. If AI were better, they would use the corpse of a passed away idol to perform for their benefit. Even the US is considering or have done it. Because companies always have profit in mind. A part of these companies simply isn't going to submit. Though I have heard some of these actually submitting and agreeing to some of the terms. Though genuinely speaking, I do hope the voice actors get better wages and have better rights with AI, because it's simply fucked up to have your voice being used without your consent, right? Without actually being paid. That is something that is simply disgusting, in my opinion. And also, Sayu, aka Alejandro Saab, the voice actor of Sino, Jingyuan, and Anton, says that Honkai Star Rail and Xenozone Zero are not affected at all, which is to say that Genshin Impact is the only one that the voice actors will unofficially be going on strike, as far as I understood. And I do see some people saying Hoyo will just go forward with the other languages like Chinese, Korean, and Japanese and force people to play the other dubs, which they're not gonna waste all those patches of English dubs, all that money. They're not gonna let that shit go to waste. They're obviously just gonna hire a new voice actor studio for the English dub. Realistically speaking, they're just gonna say, okay, fine, every single one of you is fired. I'm just gonna find new voice actors that are willing to do the job for the money. And a lot of people are obviously afraid of the voice quality completely going downhill through the use of full-on AI. However, at the same time, the technology is constantly improving and we might get better voices as time goes on. So I'll be honest, realistically speaking, Genshin Impact isn't doomed, the voice actors are. However, another big point being made is the fact that apparently they record a few months or even a year in advance, which is to say that they've already recorded the entire questline of Natlan all the way up to 5.2, and within that time they will probably find a solution to these voice actors. Maybe they're actually gonna replace them, maybe they're just gonna use artificial intelligence, because it's been a year since they posted this and they probably got a response. This person is saying only the small events, cameos, and IRL streams will be affected, which obviously makes sense. And even for the update videos, they might just use the Wei and his Chinese crew overviewing the new regions and characters. They've done that several times in the past. Now, not everyone who dubs Genshin is part of SAG-AFTRA, and most of the Genshin voice actors are not union. The only one I can think of off the top of my head that is part of SAG-AFTRA is Sino's VA. Other things to note is that Hoyo records voice lines way ahead in advance and has historically treated voice actors extremely well. Basically, all SAG members must cease to work on all 3 Hoyo titles. Non-union members can continue to voice the 3 Hoyo titles without backlash from the union, probably. And apparently the voice of Dainsleeve is also part of the union. But the funny thing is, his turn is gonna come next year anyways. Anyways, in conclusion, the situation absolutely sucks. Hoyoverse is completely fine. And if they actually remove the English dub just because a lot of English-speaking players are using the Japanese dubs instead because they're weebs, they would just be shooting themselves in the foot, because a lot of normies play this game in the English dub. Anyways, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and make sure to take care of yourself. Peace. Only quality content here, folks. Subscribe, please.